This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Los Angeles Lakers. Looking at the Lakers, they haven't yet found their groove. They're still trying to make adjustments to try and change the momentum here early in the season. Each game out right now, as their coaches reiterated, is another invaluable opportunity to refine their approach and make improvements. And Kobe Bryant now in the twilight of his career. Very few have had his fuel and his drive. Shaq, you played with him. Give me your thoughts on Kobe.
Yes, he has 5 championships. Yes, he's passed up Michael Jordan in scoring, but he wants to win more than anyone else in the league. He still obsesses over it. He's the biggest critic, and it drives his game. We don't know if this is going to be his last year. He said he doesn't know, but this guy wants to be the best ever.
But you have to admire how he's adapted his game year by year by year, and by the body that he has to do it with. When he was younger, jumping out the gym. Then all of a sudden, as he's getting older, he's posts up more, went down and worked with Akeem Olajuwon. This guy is a true professional.
With the game just about ready to tip, we send you to Kevin Harlan for the call.
We're in a place they call the American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Right on the water, the home of the Heat, where we're broadcasting live today. And for the Heat, we've got another hometown game here in Miami. They've been picking up some steam, and if they can play this well all season, they'll be in excellent shape.
And when you look at Miami, every NBA season, there's always going to be some big surprises in store, and I think this season they'd have to be considered one of the biggest of them all.
Yeah, they sure are. I mean, you don't find many experts who are willing to predict anywhere near this level of success for them prior to the season.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Clarkson is out there with Russell, and it's Hibbert in at the 5 down low.
And the one thing you can typically count on from Roy Hibbert is great rim protection. Last year, he dipped a little, down to 1.5 blocks a game from over 2 the year before, but shooters still had to account for him every time they drove to the rim.
Now, here's Dragic. What a tremendous game he played against Toronto. Whiteside, good. Russell with it. The feed to Bryant. Lakers working the ball around now. Screened by Russell. Hibbert against Whiteside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Russell. Again, Russell missing. Heat on offense. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
Yeah, they got that second chance by virtue of forcing the overtime, and then things really swung in their favor after that.
Now, here is Russell. Hibbert with the screen. Russell kicks to Hibbert. Puts it up from 12. And again, no good by the Lakers. Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to New York.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
And so the ball out of bounds. Hibbert touched it last. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And yes, sir, that one drops. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Again, the miss by Hibbert.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, trying to take the lid off the basket.
Dragic against Russell. Wade kicks to Whiteside. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
And both free throws good from Whiteside.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
Now, here's Clarkson. Last game with 30 points. Stolen by Bosch. The Heat leading by 6. Outside Dragic. Pass to Bosch. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Bosch has got his first bucket of the night.
Boy, I really love the way Dragic spreads that ball around.
Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Byron Scott.
One of their harder tasks in this game will be finding a way to slow down the explosive scorer, Joe Johnson. He said there isn't any one answer, as Johnson can and will play so many different roles in an offense throughout the course of the game. He said he can initiate plays as well as finish plays. We'll just have to make sure we don't lose track of them. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Now, here's Wade. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Raptors.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Picked by Randall. Clarkson dishes to Randall. Outside, Russell. Randall a screen on Dragic. The drive by Russell. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And now that the seal is broken, maybe their shooting will start to improve.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted to have as cold a start as they did, but maybe that'll break the ice and they'll move forward in fine fashion from here.
And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night. First game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for one game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
He was, and unfortunately, for so many reasons. For one, he had really been progressing in the summer league, and the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
Clock is at 3. Johnson attacking. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Russell against Dragic. Russell kicks to Clarkson. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Clarkson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And, you know, going back to Randall's rookie year, his troubles really started during medical checkups before the draft. They found a foot injury dating back to high school. The 5th metatarsal had been broken, which may be why he fell a few spots in the draft. They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
Kobe kicks to Hibbert. To the middle, Russell. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And talking about Randall's rookie injuries, the Lakers were going to let him play through the foot. But once he broke the leg, they did season-ending surgery on the foot as well. Hopefully, now he can just stay healthy and get to play the game he loves.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Now, here's Clarkson. Hibbert, the pass to Clarkson. Steps back and fires. Buries the jump shot. Clarkson's got his second basket of the night.
Sometimes that step back move gives you just enough time and space to gather yourself for a good release.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
So a moment now to see the story of Goran Dragic. He had a strong showing last season. He was around 16 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Absolutely. I mean, he has those real natural scoring instincts. The ability to find creases in the defense, just fantastic.
Winslow's checked in for Miami. Lou Williams is checked in for the Lakers. Dragic kicks to Johnson. 18 feet out. Rebound by Williams. Lakers trail by 5. And it's the Lakers on the break. Russell's running. Here's Randall. And it's sent back by Bosch. And now here's Dragic, the fast break chance. Moving it up. Johnson can't hit.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Hibbert, and here, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. For Los Angeles, they have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Stoudemire's checked in for Bosch. Dang comes in for Johnson. And it's Green in for Dwayne Wade. So he gets them both. Miami leading by 3. Dragic kicks to Stoudemire. Out to the right wing. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Now here's Dragic to the inside. And Stoudemire slams it in.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
For Miami, they've gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Outside Dragic. A steal. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Huertas. And he lays that one in.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Here's Dragic following the bucket by the Lakers. Stolen by World Peace. Here's Huertas. Pass to World Peace. 5 on the clock. Fires top of the key. And it's Miami with the rebound. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season.
And one of the few bright spots of their last season was sweeping the season series in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Neither team a big-time contender in their respective conferences, Greg, but when the teams are fairly evenly matched, it can still be entertaining basketball.
Passes it to Huertas. Mans a screen on Dragic. Down low. It's tipped. It's stolen by Stoudemire. Up top, Dragic. The dish to Green. Back to Dragic. Now the pass to Deng. The rebound by Meta World Peace.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Kicks it to Nance. Uncovered. Here's Hibbert, and it's blocked by Deng. And he gets it back. Outside Williams. And again, the Lakers no good.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And what a tough position Luol Deng found himself in last year in a small forward swap of sorts. LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland. Deng goes from Cleveland to Miami. He had his choice. There was Atlanta that was in the mix there too. But he goes to the Miami Heat. He's bounced around a little bit, but still a very big talent.
He is. You know, he kind of likes following legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game, and that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
Brandon Bass is checked in for the Lakers, and he's good on the second.
And, you know, getting back to Luol Deng, he wasn't entirely pleased with his new role. He's been a knockdown mid-range shooter throughout his career, but last year he was asked to shoot corner threes in volume, and that's not his game.
Now here's Bass. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
And back to Luol Deng, I mean, he started last season pretty strong. I mean, Deng was actually healthier than LeBron at the beginning of the year, but the tables turned around midseason. Deng became hobbled with that knee, and LeBron returned to his old dominant self.
Here at the Heat, how they ranked in the NBA last season. 6th in opponent points per game, 11th in field goal percentage, and they were in the top half of the league in steals as well. Pretty impressive.
And back to their ranking in terms of opponents' points per game. Kind of an old school stat, but sometimes pace of play can factor in. But make no mistake, they made things difficult for their opponent.
Now here's Dragic. Stoudemire, the screen, and it's Dragic off the drive. Green kicks to Winslow. Stoudemire dishes to Green. Shot clock at 6. The Heat need to get a shot off. There's Winslow. Miami no good on that time either. Los Angeles is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Williams passes to Huertas. Nance a screen on Dragic. Here's Huertas. Kicks to Nance. It's stolen by Deng. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And the wide open shot from Green. Hits the front of the rim and out.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And here is Williams. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Out to Nance. The tray. The basket is good off the assist from Williams.
Sensational pass. Even in mid-shot, he still saw the open man.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Miami ahead, leading by just 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back And Kobe Bryant, dealing with the wear and tear of decades in the league, he talks about how he remains effective.
Well, you have to make adjustments. You try to figure out what you can and can't do, and you have to try to learn that pretty quickly and figure out how effective you can be. And so it's just about making adjustments.
Well, at Kobe's age, and with the 2 years' worth of injuries, is coming back for him just a matter of, Greg, adjustments? Or is that another way of saying he has to limit everyone's expectation, including his own?
You know what? When it comes to Kobe Bryant, history has shown that the normal rules just don't apply. I think it's the rest of the league that's going to have to adjust to a well-rested and still very lethal Black Mamba.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side outs for them, the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
Or handball.
Either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
So big men are Bosch and Whiteside. D-Wade out there with Gerald Green. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And let's take a moment to look at some stats for Chris Bosh. Good season for him last year. Last year averaged 21 points per, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Here's Wade. Here's Whiteside. And the layup's good off the glass. Whiteside's got 6 points.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Bryant gets a wide open look. Can't hit. And the Heat going the other way now. Well, the defense is what did the Lakers season in last year, but their offense struggled at times as well, Clark. They just couldn't count on things night to night.
Well, they were near the bottom of the league in most offensive categories, Kevin. Bottom 5 in field goal percentage and three-point percentage. The efficiency just wasn't there.
Now, here is Russell. Following the miss by Chris Bosh. Russell kicks to Randall. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off a team, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
That one is off.
Bosh was the big injury hit for the Heat, but they had a lot of other injuries as well. I mean, had to use 31 different starting lineups last season, and 20 different players started at least one game.
He hits the second from the line.
And injuries are something that you can't plan for, but you can prepare for them. And hopefully the Heat can avoid injury woes this season. If they can, they at least have players who have been through that struggle last year.
Wade against Russell. Feeds it to Clarkson. He dishes it to Bass. And the Lakers with another miss. The Heat with the lead. Johnson outside. Fires the 3. Cannot hit. For Los Angeles, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Randall, a screen on Wade. Back to Russell. Bass with the screen. 5 on the clock. The drive by Russell. Bass can't get it to go. Heat have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Johnson outside. The basket good off the assist from Wade. And now a 4-point Miami lead. The Lakers shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end.
Give it up for your Heat dancers.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, during that break, Coach Byron Scott had some words for his team. He'd like them to concentrate on their transition game, to keep the tempo fast and put pressure on the defense in the open court. There was something else he mentioned, too. He wants them to utilize the pick and roll as much as possible in their coming possessions. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Now, here is Russell. 8 points his last outing. Bass with the screen. Russell kicks to Bass. Shoots from 12. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Bass has got 4 points now in the quarter. Dishes to Bosch. The three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got his third assist on the night. Lakers trail by 5. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosch last year. Had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
And it's the Heat with the ball, following the bucket by the Lakers. Wade drives in from 15 feet away, and there's another one for the Heat.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here is Russell. Here's Clarkson. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Clarkson's got 8 points.
You know, the Heat never really came back after losing Bosch. His presence on both ends of the floor is hard to replace, and they missed him a bunch.
Here's Green. 6 points for him. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Hey, guys, I know I speak for everybody. Glad to see Chris Bosch back out on the floor. I mean, blood clots can be a very scary thing for anyone. And I think everyone is happy he's been able to make a full recovery.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Heat.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making good decisions with the basketball.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Hibbert's checked in. Both free throws good from Wade.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state. But what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years. But he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
Miami leading by 4. Outside, Green. He feeds it to Wade. Roy Hibbert with the rebound. Hibbert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Greg, you brought up the topic of Wade. He's had a A chance to make several tough mental adjustments throughout his career.
Well, he's always been a guy willing to alter his game for the good of the team. That's why he's got those championship rings, Kevin. You've got to be flexible, not just talented.
Yeah, when Shaq comes in and joins him, then he had to change away when LeBron came in to play
Great
a
credit
different
to
way.
him.
Yeah.
Great credit to him.
Very admirable. Now, here is Russell. Hibbert with a screen on Wade. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Randall. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 5 assists in the game.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm. And, guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Now, here is Russell. He kicks to Randall. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
And former Coach of the Year Byron Scott now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. And Clark, I think he's a guy that the eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Dang comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Johnson. And it's Dragic in for Green. He's off on the second.
Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. I mean, they did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
Now Clarkson. He's got 8. There's the feed to Hibbert. Pass to Williams. Shoots from the right block. And Luol Deng pulls it down. Last year, the Lakers did have some firepower off the bench. A lot of players would see their roles shift during the year, as you might expect for a team trying to find the right combination.
Yeah, they were also near the top in the league in bench minutes played. So whether you start or come off the bench last year in L.A., you'll see plenty of action.
Now, here's Wade. Following the miss by Lewis Williams. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And the Lakers making a change here.
Larry Nance. Marcelino Huertas.
Lakers trail by 6. Here's Huertas. Hibbert with the screen. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Dragic kicks to Wade. Back to Dragic. It's intercepted. Pass to Williams. Six to shoot. Shot from 16. Misses off the left iron.
Not the best shot right there with the good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, there's just another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
Here's Huertas. Hibbert, the pass to Huertas. Back to Hibbert. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. World peace. And he hits it just before the shot. Dragic with it. Passed away. And that one hits back iron.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
World peace, the best of Huertas. Lakers. It's Williams right. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Dwayne Wade. Well, taking a look at Lou Williams last year, from a typical year for him, a lot of scoring on bet.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
Throw good, Lewis Williams.
You know, with Williams, it's more about his ability to create his own shot than his efficiency. That's why he's best suited as a 6th man, in my opinion.
Both good from the line that time.
And Williams certainly does personify that 6th man role of instant offense, but it'll be hard to see him in the starting lineup with the way his shooting numbers are.
Lou Williams won the 6th man award last year, Clark, in the NBA. He's not a playmaker, although he kind of plays that position a little bit. This guy scores the ball very well coming off the bench.
He really does. I mean, he looks like a guard because of his size, but he's truly an explosive scorer, and that's the strength of his game, and that's who he is and what he does.
Let's take a look at Dwayne Wade. Last year, getting it done. Put up about 21 points a game, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. And he led the charge when it came to scoring, led the team.
Yeah, he shot the lights out all year long from a variety of spots on the floor.
Outside Dragic. There's the dish to Dang. Wade against Williams. Wade kicks to Dang. And stolen by Hibbert. Williams up on top. Nance a screen. Pulls from the top of the key. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Nance has got his 3rd basket of the night. For Miami, they've gone 8 of 15 since we began the 2nd quarter. Excellent shooting. Here's Wade. Drills the baseline jumper. And the Heat lead by 2.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Nance a screen on Wade. It's stolen by Dang.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
.129 left to play in the first half. Stoudemire, the screen. Stoudemire setting the pick for Dragic. Over to the left wing. Winslow wide open, and he fires off target with his 3.
Another shot from outside. They're not attacking. I mean, going in and seeking contact like they did in the first one, I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, you can't play the scorebook. You have to play your game. They need to mix it up a little bit here.
Now here's Williams. Hibbert with the screen. Shot clock at 5. For the 3. Rebound by the Heat. Stoudemire's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Wade against Williams. Wade dishes to Stoudemire. And there's the pass to Dragic. The high post shot. That's tipped. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. World peace, the pass to Huertas. Nance, right side, takes the 12-footer and hits. Nance has got the game tied up here for the Lakers.
Defense just not strong enough to throw him off his shot there. Sometimes it takes a little more effort to defend him down low.
Here's Wade. Miami no good on that time either. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the two-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. At one point, they managed to push out ahead to an 8-point lead. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. Kenny, let's start with you.
When you get a boost like this, it always gives the team a lift. And given how well the others are contributing, we'll probably continue to see more minutes for them in the second half. Starters or not, when players are producing, you got to ride them, cowboy.
And that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third quarter set to go moments from now. We will be right back here after the game.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Chris Bosh really making a difference here.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Russell. And it's Hibbert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Big part of the problem for the Lakers last year was consistency. Clark, with all their injuries, they had to shuffle the lineup, it seemed, every game.
Well, you know what happened with all that shuffling was they got to see a lot of different players and evaluate them for the future. I think it helped in regards to what they're going to do this offseason.
And for the Lakers, obviously the big get for them was landing the number 2 overall pick in the draft. Getting a quality big to add to a roster with Kobe is huge. It made them a player, again, I believe, in free agency.
And both free throws good for Clarkson.
And, you know, when it comes to the Lakers, they're always going to be players in free agency if they have money. It's still a marquee franchise in the NBA, one of the top 2 or 3, no doubt. When you have high draft picks and money to spend, people want to play for you, and not to mention California is an attractive destination.
Now, here is Russell. After Dwayne Wade's miss, fires from deep. The offensive rebound. Miami trailing. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. He's whistled for the 5-second back-to-the-basket violation. And Los Angeles guys shooting about 42% so far. Dragic against Russell. Hibbert with the screen. The drive by Russell. Outside, Kobe shoots it. But he stays with it. Here's Clarkson. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Russell against Dragic. Russell kicks to Hibbert. Clarkson dishes to Randall. Goes up again. Breaks a big height bounce and goes in. Randall's got 8 points.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted for him.
Here's Wade. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got his 8th assist here tonight.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Now, here's Clarkson. 10 points for him. That's good. Clarkson's got the lead back up to 4 now for the Lakers. And the Heat shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Wade passes to Bosch. Fader on the way. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Bryant. Lakers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Clarkson kicks to Russell. Hibbert with a screen on Dragic. To the paint. It's deflected and stolen by Whiteside. Knocks it loose and stolen by Russell. Outside, Kobe kicks it to Clarkson. Stolen by Wade. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Feeds to Dragic. Bosch, the screen. Clock at 4. Here's Whiteside. Drops it in from 11 feet. Whiteside's got 10.
Okay, Miami, now coming on board are your Heat answers. Let them hear ya.
Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. Second is Hassan Whiteside.
You know, he was a consistent shot blocker because he got his hands on shots that looked like they were free and clear, and then boom, he'd come out of nowhere and deny it.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. The Lakers also with a sub. Bass is checked in. The Lakers in the lead. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Russell dishes to Bass. Randall a screen on Green. Clarkson kicks to Bass. And the Lakers with another miss.
And it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real tense few weeks there before ultimately he was traded.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Dishes to Russell. Bass, a screen on Dragic. The drive by Russell. He used that pick to get in close. Bass has got the lead up to 4 now for the Lakers.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
On the wing, Johnson, defended by Bryant. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Bryant. Randall passes to Russell. Randall a screen on Dragic. The drive by Russell. The 10-footer. And it's Miami with the rebound. Green kicks to Dragic. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. Inside, it's stolen by Bryant. Here's Russell. Green with the block. And they get it back. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Here's Dragic. Whiteside, a screen on Russell. They double him with Russell. On the wing, Johnson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And I feel like there's a reason Joe Johnson has gotten a number of astronomical contracts. It's because he does everything for you. He's like one of those items you buy that touts everything you need, nothing you don't. Well, to me, that's Joe Johnson.
Clark, when you take a look at Joe Johnson, and if you were on a good team, a team that was contending for a championship, where ideally would you like him to be? Where would you slot him?
I'd put him in that first or second scoring role because he's so good and scores so effortlessly. And at some point, I think he's going to hoist that Larry O'Brien trophy.
He makes one of two that time.
Well, Joe Johnson in this one, he has 8 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
Now here's Dragic. Kobe comes with the double team and stolen by Russell. Randall is screen on Green. Up off the screen. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
Russell kicks to Kobe. He dishes it to Bass. And the shot no good, a bit short.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Outside Dragic. Joe Johnson on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. There's Green with the 3. The rebound by Kobe Bryant. Lakers leading by 3. To the middle. Pass to Randall. Now, here's Clarkson. He's covered closely. He feeds it to Bass. No one near him. And it comes off the front of the rim. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Dragic dishes to Whiteside. He used that pick to get in close. Whiteside's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down. I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for. And a look here at how the Lakers ranked in the NBA last season. 5th in fewest turnovers per game. 5th in second chance points. And they were in the top half of the league in team rebounding as well. I think that speaks to the fact that this team aggressively goes after the basketball at every position.
Yeah, and the stat I look to, though, is the low turnovers. They did such a great job of limiting their mistakes, really maximizing their opportunities offensively.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Deng comes in for Chris Bosh. And Winslow subbed in for Joe Johnson. And Williams, here we go. And that one's good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
Well, Special K, so many records for Kobe, but one he set last season was most misses all time from the floor.
He passed the great Hondo, John Havlicek, for that title. I'm sure John doesn't mind having him pass him up for that
the
one.
Old Buckeye, you're right.
That's right, most misses. But you look at the players on that list, a who's who of NBA stars.
Now here's Nance after the miss by Luol Deng. Now here's Dragic. Green up on top. Three-pointer. Another shot. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points. And, there's all this talk about Kobe now being the leader of missed shots, having that record. But listen, the guys that are in the top 5 of that list, all Hall of Fame players. So you don't miss a lot of shots unless your team trusts you to take them, and you're pretty good. Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Here's Williams following the score by Luol Deng. Green with the block. Outside Dragic. He kicks to Green. For the tie. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Hey, guys, a final thought on Kobe. I mean, all the players on that list were heavily leaned on for scoring. I'd take any of the top guys on that list over someone who's afraid to shoot the ball when their number's called.
Wade, he's checked in for Goran Dragic. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Brandon Bass. Outside Williams. Again, Williams missing.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. They have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
The feed to Hibbert. Outside Bryant. Fires from the wing. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Kobe's got his first basket of the night.
Well, they gave him some room, and he just stepped back and nailed the wide-open jumper.
Winslow, the pass to Green. The dish to Winslow. Deng kicks to Wade. High, arcing shot, but they get it back. Miami no good on that time either.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Here's Huertas. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Wade. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. And he misses the fast break layup.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Huertas. Wide open look. The shot's good from Nance. Now it's a 6-point Laker lead.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Pass to Stoudemire from 10 feet out. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Stoudemire's got 6.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Huertas. Wade is covering. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Deng with the screen for Wade. To the middle. Shot is good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Deng.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Williams against Green. 11 feet away. Green with the block. Nance dishes to Williams. With 1 on the clock. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
As a defending team in that situation, it really irks you to give up a shot like that to close out the quarter. You know, oftentimes those end-of-quarter points can be the difference in a ball game.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. So it's Miami now. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. The big men are Bosh and Whiteside. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now here's Wade. Outside a screen. Wade passes to Dragic. Just 3 to shoot. Shots good by Bosh.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
On the wing, Williams. Outside, Russell. Passes it to Clarkson. Kicks it to Randall. From 13. No good. Now the Heat take it the other way.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
Now, here is Russell. The pass to Hibbert. Here's Clarkson. And right on target. Good. And the Lakers lead by 2. Outside, Dragic. Goes up the baseline. Hibbert pulls it in. Hibbert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Williams attacking. Top of the key, Clarkson. Right wing. Russell with a wide-open look. And that one's on target from the wing.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Bosh, a screen on Russell. Randall brings the double team. Wade has the open look. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. 9 points for Dwayne Wade.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Feeds to Randall. Dishes it to Russell. Randall with a screen for Russell. Inside. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Brandon Bass is checked in for the Lakers. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And here's Dragic. He dishes it to Bosh. And again, Miami with the triple.
Those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Pass to Bass. Drops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Here's Williams following the basket by Chris Bosh. Williams kicks to Bass. Shot is off. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Outside, Dragic. Johnson, a wide open look. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Lakers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Williams can't get it to go. Miami's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Wade kicks to Bosch. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Back to Russell. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Clock at 6. Pass with the screen. Goes up on the wing. And the Lakers get it back. Back to Russell. Launches it. Good. Russell's got 5 points now this quarter.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Russell against Dragic. Now Wade. Right side a screen. Wade drives in. And it's slammed in by Whiteside. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
Absolutely. I mean, 6 lead changes here so far.
Exciting stuff.
And, guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals. But he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspensions.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Byron Scott coaching his team during the break. And with the game still very much in play, he sounded very confident, telling the players, don't let up. This is where we make our move. Right now. Go take it. Kevin?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Here's Randall, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And G.A., as you said with Whiteside, his fiery attitude flared up a few times last season, and it hurt his team more than once in Miami.
No doubt. It's something that he has got to work on. I mean, he's proven that he can be a big-time player in this league, but he can't have the mental lapses that get him tossed from games and hurt his team.
That free throw good from Randall. A lot's been made of the Heat fans in the past for walking out during the finals game where they looked to be out of it. But credit, the Miami Heat fans, Greg, with last year sticking with this team.
Yeah, and in all fairness, I would have walked out as well because I thought it was over. But with LeBron out of town, a lot of Heat fans could have jumped off the bandwagon. But you know what? They stayed with it. So although the weather is fair, the fans are not.
Oh, well said.
Thank you.
And, for the Heat, despite the struggles, they still sold out every game here last season. They were among the top teams in the league in total attendance.
Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
Yeah, and nobody giving up any ground either way, fellas.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
And finished off by Bass.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Now, here's Whiteside. Dragic gets the bucket.
And really, they showed up in force, even as the Heat fell to the back of the pack. The Heat only 20-21 last year at American Airlines Arena. But the fans love them all the same.
Bass can't get it to go. The Heat have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. Dragic kicks to Wade. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And it's a 3-point Heat lead.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better. And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Bosh heads the pick for Wade. He feeds it to Bosh. It's stolen by Randall. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. Here's Clarkson. And it's Miami with the rebound. Bosh has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Dragic dishes to Johnson. Wade outside. And it's Wade slamming it down.
Just love the focus when he gets around the rim. How huge could those 2 points be?
The Heat making a switch here. Winslow's checked in. The Lakers also changing it up. Hibbert comes in for Brandon Bass. And Kobe is subbed in for Williams.
And Dwayne Wade, as we know, one of the best in the business at blocking shots from that off-guard position. Hard to think of a guard who has had as many swats as Dwayne Wade in the past couple decades. One of the best ever.
And it's blocked by Whiteside. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Dragic kicks to Bosh. Wade outside. 8 feet away. Rebound by Kobe. Bryant's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Greg, you're talking about Wade on the blocks. Last season, he climbed up to 6th all-time in blocks, Clark, by an NBA guard.
Amazing. Actually has the most blocks of any player who is his height or shorter in NBA history. Even with his explosiveness waning, his timing and savvy allow him to still be effective blocking shots.
4 on the clock. Bosh. No one around him, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. 21 points for Chris Bosh. Clarkson passes to Russell. Hibbert with the screen. The drive by Russell. And then Hibbert with the dunk.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that 2-hand.
Now here's Dragic. He kicks to Whiteside. And there's the feed to Wade. And there's a call on Bosh. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Lakers trail by 5. Outside, Russell. The dish to Randall. Pass to Bryant. Kicks it to Randall. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Russell. That's short off the rim.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics. And at least as I look at it.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Clarkson dishes to Kobe. Up top, Randall. Russell kicks to Bryant. Lakers passing it around. Tries a 3. Miami grabs the miss.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Wade kicks to Dragic. Stolen by Clarkson. With a floater. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one. They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Dragic kicks to Wade. That's good. Wade's got 12 points in just the second half.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around, and that's why he needed the timeout.
Now, here's Clarkson. Wade is covering. Clarkson passes to Kobe. And it's Hibbert missing.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Now, here's Dragic. Here's Wade. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And now a 9-point Heat lead.
Sound offensively, really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
Chris Bosh really making a difference here.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
.131 left in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Clarkson. Softly drops in the floater. Clarkson's got 6 here in this quarter.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
The Heat leading by 7. The pass to Bosh. Unloads from 13. And the shot is long. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And yes, sir, that one drops.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Wade outside. Feeds to Dragic. Bosh, a screen on Russell. Back to Wade. 6 to shoot. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Hibbert with the screen. Clarkson kicks to Russell. Hibbert with the screen on Dragic. And they double up Russell.
2 shots, gentlemen. That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Miami, Roy Hibbert. At the line for 2.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5.
Okay, Miami. Now coming out of the court are your Heat answers. Let them hear ya.
To the wing right side. Back to Bryant. Picked by Randall. Hibbert against Whiteside. Ducks and dishes to Randall. Launches it. It's money from deep.
My goodness. How about the degree of difficulty on that shot?
When you're hot, you're hot. And he is absolutely scorching.
Give it up for your Heat dancers. Okay, fans, let's get loud.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But Clark, in the end, everyone satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there the outcome was in doubt, but give him a lot of credit for hanging tough, persevering, and finishing strong.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Dwayne, you guys had a real battle on your hands in this one. Were you expecting such a tough game?
Well, it's the NBA, man. We're not that dominant where we can just come and blow every team out. You got to respect these other teams. They're good. They come and they play very well versus us, and we got to find ways to win ball games, and that's what it's all about right now.
A win is a win. Thank you, Dwayne. Kevin, back to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. Now we'll head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's not too far away. EJ?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Goran Dragic. He led the way tonight with a double-double and was a major reason why they won tonight. His effort and intensity gave them the boost they needed. Shaq, your thoughts?
What a tremendous game for Dragic. This guy is a fantastic point guard. Whenever he's on the floor, the offense just flows so well. He can penetrate, he can start the break, he can score, and the thing he does best, getting everybody else involved.
He played the point with absolute precision tonight. 16 assists. Not an easy number to come by. You've got to be completely focused on the task at hand on every single possession. And he had everybody in sync at all times. That was a beautiful performance.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.